This is Suzanne Wagner. Thank you for joining me. We are doing the numerology and the astrology for September 3rd, 2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 16, and if you add the 1 and the 6 together, you get the number 7. Structure is what the number 7 is all about. All life requires levels of integrative structures. When those systems work together well, then life flourishes. I'm always amazed that our complex bodies work so well, and that certain illnesses, when they manifest, are the rarity when you take a broad look at things. More often than not, this body works well in this world. It was designed to move through this density, and within that system, our body continues to morph and adapt to different viruses and environmental challenges. When a structure allows for adaptation and change, it survives in this dimension. When a structure is too rigid and unbending, it will eventually collapse. That is why it is important for each of us to learn to adapt to changing circumstances and to the winds that are pushing us into new and uncharted territories. You can do it. You can adapt. The beginning is when the mind determines it to be so and intends the body to begin the shift. Make that choice today. Begin to allow the metamorphosis to start. The astrology for today. The moon continues in sensitive Pisces. Know that many are on an edge, and it would be wise to not push others off that edge. You may not like the result. The Venus and Mars will square tomorrow. If you have any sensitivity, you will feel that tension building. Dissatisfaction increases with that tension, and it is building towards what? Distractions continue to plague your activities, and you may feel as if you are chasing your tail. It seems hard to complete just one thing. Follow those desires and have a productive outcome and help you make your home and reality beautiful. Disagreements are going to continue to point out the rifts and extreme positions of the duality in our world. Some people are building up aggression, but those that need to express that aggression will discover that to do it in this moment is actually very poor timing. You feel temperamental and sensitive. You believe that what you value is being thrown in the garbage. However, this discontent can bring some new creative ways to make improvements. Mercury trines Saturn in the morning, and this is going to help you keep your center in a world gone mad. Keep conversations to a minimum. Everyone cannot handle so much mindlessness, mental looping, and incessant chatting. Short and sweet is the way. Let the moon in compassionate Pisces lead. Start each moment with a fresh attitude and fresh eyes. My quote for today. Start each moment with a fresh attitude and fresh eyes. My blog for today. The 2 great lessons I have been learning in this pandemic. 1, that embracing the unknown and doing things that are not my skill set are the place that I need to grow the most. What I have learned that I don't need to know how to do something. You do need to be willing to learn how to do that thing in order to grow. You don't need to do things perfectly either. Learning automatically allows for trials and errors. Failure is a natural and expected part of the equation. Being raised by 2 perfectionistic parents gave me a fear of doing things wrong. They were quick to point out to me that I was below the expectation line that they held out to me. Perhaps because of that, it gave me an incentive to try the unusual and expand into places that they would never have chosen. On so many levels, that was a very good thing. But this quarantine forced me to do physical things that I have no knowledge base for and no skill set to draw upon. I do not need to know, I just need to try. I needed to figure out a path through the complex things that needed fixing. I needed to brainstorm, but more importantly, I needed to ask for help. And that led me to the next lesson. Number 2, you often need to ask for help when doing things that are completely out of your normal reality. you discover that there are those out there more willing than not to help. They want to share and give insights into new ways of doing and seeing things. Surrendering the need to know or the need to have an opinion is a great breakthrough. Learning to simply step into child's mind is a great relief if you allow it. Perhaps it is because my inner child is really open and fun. She has no real natural need to be perfect. She knows she is perfect, just as she is, right now, in this moment. She has nothing to prove, and everything in life is there for her to explore and practice with. But my inner adult is a tough cookie to please. It is clear that I have allowed my inner adult to lead for way too long. Not only has this quarantine been ridiculously fun for me, but it has been also illuminating and deeply insightful. I say this because I believe that this pandemic is a tremendous gift to humanity if we embrace the offering of time and space to dive deeper into those unknown and unfamiliar places. If you are not having fun, notice if your inner adult is still in charge. It might be time to let that inner child have a moment in the driver's seat. While it might feel a bit like bumper cars at the beginning, you will laugh and giggle, and that would be much better than worrying and brooding about this world's sickness and insanity. You cannot be part of the solution if you stand in the fear and anger. You can be of tremendous help if you step out of ego and your need to know everything and just ask for help and guidance from those that are wiser than you and those that have skills in the areas that you now can perceive you are lacking. Thanks, everyone.